So, Valentine seems to be one of those funny holidays where it's like everyone is trying to ignore it, no matter what side of the coin you're on, right? Let's say you're single. You don't want to pay attention to it. You want the anti-Valentine's Day. I don't even want to pay attention to Valentine's Day. Then you got all those people who've been in relationships forever. Men who are like, ugh, I don't want to worry about Valentine's Day. Right? So, like, what is this sort of disdain of Valentine's Day? And who is really enjoying it other than, people who just...
The marketing
touche,
of the event.
Very commercial holiday. But love is such an important aspect of the human experience. It's kind of a charged word, so maybe we say something more of appreciation or connection is such an important part of the experience. So Justin and I have an interesting history with this holiday. I'll let you go first, Mr.
Oh,
Jensen.
me first?
Yes.
Because mine's the shortest story.
Unless you'd like me to go
No,
first.
mine's the short version.
Okay, so what has your previous Valentine's experience been?
My Valentine's experience pre-Emily was whatever day of the week it was.
No.
I didn't celebrate Valentine's Day.
But you had 3 sisters and a mom.
Always for Mother's Day.
You never did anything for them?
Oh.
Never did anything for your sisters?
Not really, no.
Why not?
I wasn't romantically with my sisters.
But you're a hopeless romantic.
I am.
And they might have appreciated it.
Yeah, but I didn't feel it was appropriate for the love day.
Okay.
Of intimate relationship day.
So what was your general opinion of Valentine's Day?
It was an ugly holiday, and it was like the worst color scheme imaginable. Of pale red, pale pink, and off-white.
Color scheme. It's fair.
Really an ugly holiday, and it's everywhere.
Okay.
Really didn't like the aesthetic of the holiday.
Okay.
And,
not a heart sky?
No.
Rose and sky?
No.
Okay. Okay, so really no history is
No,
what I'm hearing.
I never celebrated it, and I never had anyone I cared to ever share it with.
Oh, wow. Okay. My history was a little bit different. Speckled with lots of Valentine's Day experiences, mostly disappointing. A few nice gestures in there. I've had a lot of long-term serious relationships, but it always seemed like it was more of a burden. The first year, someone would always plan something fantastic. The next year, they could barely remember. But really what marked my heartache with Valentine's Day would have been my ex-husband proposed on Valentine's Day. Like, pretty kitschy. Yeah, what a day to propose. But anyway.
How original.
How original, right.
Yeah. So inspired.
So inspired.
A day of love.
He proposed on Valentine's Day. But then after we got married, it was several months later when I realized he just didn't give a flying fudge about me. And I really had no marriage and no husband. And I found that very devastating. So for many, as one can imagine. So for many years after that, I was an extreme anti-Valentine's Day person. It was painful.
So February 14th
holiday.
was less of a day for you so much as an
anniversary of horror.
Scratch out the 14th.
Yes.
I forgot what the 14th was of any significance.
Well,
for my side.
Oh.
I would forget that Valentine's was coming until all the decorations were up. I'm like, oh, is Valentine's soon? And they're like, Justin, it's in like 3 days. I'm like,
No. For me, it was an anniversary of like ripping out my heart for a few years. An anniversary of I lost all trust in myself to be able to even choose someone. And then over time, right, you can't stay in that place. So I morphed it into sort of a day to celebrate myself, which for single women, I really recommend, you take yourself out, you have a nice time, enjoy it, take yourself out
to
a movie.
Those sales. Treat
all
yourself
that
on
pink
that
and
sweet
red
50-60% off things.
The day after Valentine's
Day.
That's
70 to 80%.
I see. So my relationship with Valentine's Day has definitely morphed. But so I came to peace with it, but I had planned to die alone after my divorce. Let's be very clear. I didn't date for 4 years. It's actually something Justin and I had in common.
Yeah, no, I just hadn't dated because I assumed at a young age, around probably like 10-ish, 10 to like 12, that I was going to be alone.
Your whole life?
Yep.
Why? You don't know? You didn't dig a little deeper into that? Like,
No, I mean I was 12.
right, but
There's only so
later,
much deep thinking.
you didn't say,
Nothing really changed my opinion.
why?
I never clicked with anybody.
Okay.
I kind of liked some people. Like, I guess maybe I should ask them. I kind of like this person. It was a no. Years later, there was one person I asked to prom. They weren't available at the time. Was that cool? All right. And then years after that, there was one more person that I told that I liked them. Also did not go so well.
So you're really sensitive to rejection, I'm hearing.
I mean,
But
I
you're
just seem to
not
be
really,
consistently rejected.
That's,
No.
That's only 3
I mean, I
times.
still asked.
I mean,
I still asked.
if you asked a dude, I mean, most of them have rejected a lot to get one yes. I mean,
I didn't go for the buckshot style of if I ask enough, someone will say yes.
No, you are pretty picky.
No, I'm particularly picky. Those were usually that I realized later is because I was settling. Because I was clearly waiting for you.
I was also settling. Mm-hmm. That's something that I can definitely agree with. And I think it was so important for me to take that time and say I was going to die alone, which I don't know if I really ever believed it. But it gave me a chance to just shut the whole thing down because I was settling. I was always settling. It was like, I feel like so many women, you know, we think we're getting around that time. And then if a guy shows interest in us, we're like, oh, he must be the one.
And guys see it as a goalpost. I never thought about it.
What do you mean? Explain that. I don't know what you mean by that.
Guys see relationships as goalposts. Yeah. Woo! Reached it. One? Nailed it. Quite literally.
Oh, God.
Goalpost.
Well, yeah, and I think for women, especially, a lot of us are really hungry for male attention. Let's just own it, right? Bad dads, whatever it is.
That's a big one.
Yeah, big one. We could use a lot better fathering.
Yeah.
But, you know, even ones that have great dads, like we just really feel, and maybe it's cultural, that we need a man to complete us. But I felt like that was something about that was really not working. And so I felt like I needed to get completely okay on my own, and then I would have a full choice to choose someone rather than just take whoever threw me some attention and be like, oh, he must be the one because he likes me.
My instance was just reaffirming that, yes, Justin, you will be alone. Look at all these people never choosing you. And you were confused, clearly, because one, it didn't work out. Two, they didn't ever like you back the way you thought they would. Or one of them felt judged like they weren't worthy of being with me. That was sad. Yeah,
I never thought, what was my main thing? I wanted someone to choose me.
Exactly, me too.
And even the one that I thought chose me, that I chose, didn't choose me. Because I wasn't even remotely interested.
Were you convenient? Because that's also something that people settle with.
You know, that gets into another conversation of where you can only ever date yourself. You can only be in a relationship with yourself. So since he was a sociopathic narcissist, I was a little concerned there that maybe I was too. But what I came to was I realized I was putting on a show in my life in general at that time. I was very unhappy, but my life looked great on Facebook. So I was also putting on a show.
Those likes.
Right. Well, you know, I mean, it looked great on Facebook, you know, first class to China. Yeah, you know, making good money, thin and tan. But the reality was I was miserable inside. And so there was an element of a show happening. And thankfully, I discovered I'm not a sociopathic narcissist, but I needed that whole house of cards to come down, which is a very ugly crash and burn, but fantastic because I realized I was building a life to make me happy. And now I've realized I've got to be happy and then build the life. Right? So, Justin and I didn't intend to date.
No,
we did not intend.
I was just thinking we'd be friends.
Me too.
And she just needed a good friend.
Me too.
And I pursued it as that. She was just my friend.
Right, and I had a couple staunch rules. Never date a coworker.
Yeah, always a good rule, actually.
It is a good rule. No, I highly recommend it. I kept it up the whole time until him.
Yep.
Don't date anyone younger than you. much
Sure.
less how much younger you are than me.
I mean,
But
we look fine. Yeah, you can guess.
we age great for white people. Um, but no,
Wait,
really.
how old am I supposed to be?
But you've never felt younger than me. So, and then my third rule was really never to date again. And so,
And then just eliminating the other two prerequisites as
right.
also 0.
And then it just happened, right?
Mhm.
And the hilarious thing was, so we went on our first date, and our 1 month anniversary happened to be.
Yeah, we forgot. We both forgot that Valentine's Day was a thing. I normally do, and she had recently just forsworn the holiday. So when we went on our first date on January 14th, we completely forgot that our 1 month anniversary was going to be on Valentine's Day.
How weird is that? So we got to have a pretty special experience. I think you had your first kiss, actually.
I did.
On Valentine's Day.
Mhm.
I mean, how special was that? It's so weird. I do believe in law of attraction, and I had a couple things that I really wanted. I wanted, one, to have been friends with someone for a long period of time before we dated. And
Check.
so by the time, I didn't think him and I were ever going to date. So I was like, by the time I date someone, I'm going to
Sure.
be like 50, you know,
Yeah.
because it takes years to be friends with someone.
Because that's a time to start dating.
Thankfully,
50.
it worked out that we had already been friends. I just didn't realize I liked you yet. Right? And I also wanted to be a man's first love. I learned that men love differently the first time.
Mhm.
Who finds that at 40?
I'm not 40.
No, but I am. And to find a man who you're his first love, not to speak of his first kiss. I mean, how special is all of that?
It's a few kisses ago now.
It was a few kisses
It's now
ago.
a few quick kisses
now.
ago.
But it just goes to show that whatever you really want, the universe can deliver if you're open to it. So our first Valentine's Day was very like 16, like, hey, we're 16 again, you know? First kiss, roses, little dinner. Was very nice.
Very quaint.
Very quaint. And now we've come a long way.
Now I get lots of roses.
I believe I got 3 or 4 bouquets this Valentine's Day. And what I love about Justin is it doesn't dissipate; it seems to grow. What the way that he loves me, our love seems to grow. A lot of times,
I'll keep finding new ways to express it.
Relationships,
because I love you.
But relationships often, you know, you get that great first year, and then it's kind of like.
I don't know that.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm a hopeless romantic with no outlet, and now I have one.
So you're hopeful romantic.
Now I'm a hopeful romantic. Still romantic though. They say.
So, what is our message with this? Why did we share all this? What are we going for here?
Be happy with yourself, and you'll find something who's also happy with itself.
You've got to be whole on your own first, and you've got to stop looking.
Don't settle.
Don't settle.
Just wait.
And stop looking. If you think you want a relationship, stop looking for one. Because the problem is when you're looking for one, then that's when you settle. Something shows up, you're like, this must be the one.
It's like when you're looking for something, you're like, you just look everywhere. Then when you're like, ugh, and then you just walk by, oh, there it is right there. Why did I not see that?
Right. Because you're so focused on the absence of it, you can't receive like the actual presence of it. It's kind of like when you're so focused on a problem, you can't get to the solution.
And let it just naturally come.
Yeah,
don't
just get off of
love.
it. No, just
love
get off of it.
Love is a natural thing that will naturally occur and will naturally take place.
Let the universe know what you want and then get off of it.
And know what you want and don't want.
That is true, but life helps you also decide that. But focus on building a life you love on your own. You don't need a partner to go to the movies with. And this is one other thing I'll touch on. A lot of times, we're using other people. I'll say it again. We're using other people because we want to be in a partnership, or we want a role model for our kids, or, you know, we don't want to sleep alone.
Or drink alone.
Or drink alone.
I had a few
or
friends
support ourselves.
Just went drinking with people that they liked and should not be alone.
Or support ourselves or want to get laid. Like, those are all ways that we are using people. That is not love.
And even friends. Some people just substitute love with friends and they get confused. of, I must love this part. No, you're just good friends, and you've been supplementing that connection.
Hmm. And I think some people think it's easier or better to be with the wrong person just so they don't have to be alone.
Yep.
Than to actually face that fear and wait for the right person.
Yes.
So, our message is to focus on you, build a life you love, and the right person will show up. You have to have patience. If I had known that the love of my life was going to show up, I would have been so much less stressed. I would have settled so much less. I would
Also,
not
we
have
met
worried
really
about
randomly.
it. We met
So
very
randomly.
That will be a video for another day. That goes deep. We weren't in the best of spaces. But what I will say is we have found true love.
Yes.
A long time ago, I sat in a room and I said, I want to know what love is. I sang it like 50 million times over with a group of people. And I had no idea at that time that I had no idea what love was. I really didn't. Even though I thought I knew what it was, I was never taught what love was. It was punishing. It was abandoning. It was a lot of things that just weren't love. And so I had to have a lot of retraining. I love you too. And now I have true love in my life. And for those of you that know me, if I can have it, you can have it too.
And I never did. And I'm so happy I found you.
So see, for all the guys out there that think they can never find love because they're playing video games in their basement, and that they'll never have some wonderful, beautiful woman, even though they know they're a great man who has so much to offer, what can you say to them?
Embrace who you are, and someone will also embrace you. What?
I love it. All right. So I guess that's our Valentine's Day message.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I hope you love yourself and find someone to love you as much.
That is a very important point. Since you can only be in relationship with yourself, people always like, why do I have to love myself in order to love someone else? Why do I have to love myself in order to love someone else? Because you can only ever be in relationship with yourself. So if you love yourself, then guess what? When you meet yourself, you're going to love them very much.
It also makes it easier because you're also showing them how to love you as well.
Right, and you're also, like, when they love you, since you're the same person.
If I treat myself nice and with respect, you'll treat me with respect because I'm treating myself with respect.
Right, absolutely.
Show me how to love you.
Absolutely. And when you love yourself and you love the other person, you continue to teach the other person, build more love, and also show the other person how much more lovable they are. It's a great cycle
Bring
of
out the
lovableness.
best.
That's right. You want to bring out the best in each other. If you do not, and if you're in a situation that one might label toxic, next, you must end it as quickly as possible. Your
partner should always make you want to be your best self for them. And yourself.
Yes, I see a lot of women who feel more insecure in relationships, more unworthy. They always are trying to work on all themselves. Justin shores all that up for me. No matter how crazy I feel, no matter how insecure I feel, he is always there to make me feel whole, that I'm normal, that I'm amazing. Just calms me right down. And he doesn't mind my emotions at all. He doesn't even find them intimidating or
that's
burdensome.
Also another video.
Yeah, that's another video. This one got long. All right, and with that, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.